Welcome, one and all. Let's go. It's time to get it started. It's time to stand to your feet. Competition sits at the door, hoping to serve you defeat. Coaches, get out your playbooks. Players, get pads and cleats. Fans, get out your merchandise. Make it loud as they need. Refs, get out your whistles. It's time to get it ready. Run up and down silence. Make sure the call is steady. Minutes before the action and the matchups announced. It's time to go to war, not giving it out. It's game time. And it's Saturday night. Where the only shots taken is on the field tonight. It's game time. And it's Saturday night, where the only shots taken is on the field tonight. Are you playing at home or trying to win on the road? Did your fans follow you or did you come out alone? You made it here with your team with all the fan support. Are you getting a W or an L you report? If you win or you lose, you gotta learn every day. When you get on the field and hear game noise on each play, it's the fight to the finish and the battle of titans, where all the competition keep the senses all heightened. It's game time. And it's Saturday night, where the only shots taken is on the field tonight. It's game time. And it's Saturday night, where the only shots taken is on the field tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saturday Night Football. I'm Bo McMichael with my main man, Craig Chapman. Craig, how you doing today, sir?
It has been a really good day.
Buddy, you can't argue with that when it's a really good day right here. And we're going to have a lot of fun here on a wonderful Saturday night here at Anderson Park, working on some technical difficulties, and we'll get that squared away here in just a minute and make sure everything is ready to go across the board. We got two matchups here between the good old-fashioned Atlanta Tigers out of the APDFL, and we have the IAFL-X back in full effect here, and they're representing by the Force. That's the Alabama out of Alabama. We're not going to call them the Force. We're not going to call them the Alabama Force. We're going to call them the Force. That's the name we're going to stick with, and that's what they're telling us to stick with on that part. But should be a lot of fun here. If we have any issues, we'll work through that. That's the nice thing about technology, is we have that opportunity. So with no further ado, you could see all the things that I was showing up there right now.
Yes.
That's when you need to yell at me, hey, Bo, I thought I cleared that out. And, realistically, I thought I was putting up the orange zone. And this thing right here, man, I thought I was, like, good to go. But no further ado, we'll bring in the sounds of the game here. We're live here at Anderson Park. I was dealing with some good old-fashioned technical issues. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here live on the Score 58 Network. We'll have a lot of fun here this evening, here on a January 28th, 2023. We got Robert Reed bringing in the drone. We got Joey producing and Bobby the Brain Bryant. I'm gonna bring that back. I like that.
Bobby the Brain.
Yeah, Bobby the Brain.
That is definitely a Saturday night flavor.
It is. If there's not a Saturday night, you get that involved. And we got the whole month of February and March to bring you semi-pro before we switch over our gears to the WNFC. That's the Women's National Football Conference. So sit back and enjoy and have a lot of fun watching a little bit of football here on the Score 58 Network. Craig, keys to the game. This is a preseason matchup between two conferences, the IAFL-X and the APDFL-X. You get to see their teams. That's what we're running on the runner right now. What do you want to get accomplished out of a preseason matchup? Neither one of these games realistically count.
Yeah, nothing about them counts except they count.
They do. I mean, because everybody's taking pride. We've been practicing all fall and winter to knock you into the next week. The Tigers are in black with yellow, and the Force with red helmets and white jerseys at this point.
Yeah, I think that when you play a preseason game, it's something that, like you said, you've practiced for a long time. You want to make sure that for the most part, you're not worried about the score. The players are worried about the score. Most coaches are not.
No, you're hoping to get footage, and that's the biggest thing that you're wanting to get out of this situation.
Both of these teams want to come out of this with answering all the questions that they have and being healthy, and that's what it is right now. You want to come out. You want to answer the questions that you have. Who are my playmakers? What do we do well? What do we need to work on?
I'm going to need confirmation if Pop
that is him.
That is him. I feel like he's losing some weight.
I think you're right.
Pop, you're looking good out there, buddy. He's our white cap of the day. He's throwing the reins out here in Anderson Park in Atlanta, Georgia, near Kip Academy. Once again, the Force in white, the Tigers in black. Glad to have everybody with us here on the Score 58 Network, live streaming on Vimeo. If you want to watch it on your big screen TV, we're also on YouTube, Score Sports 58. Just look us up. It'll pop up. Be able to do that. And also live on Twitter and Facebook. So make sure that you tune in. Give us some comments. We're going to be here all night. We're not going anywhere. Going to enjoy the games across the board here. We got one game tonight, many games to come here on the spring schedule for the Score 58 Network. Once again, go ahead.
Now, see, if Adam was here and you said mini games, he would have been like, really small games?
I know, brother. And that's why he's not allowed on certain environments. You know, and I look at that. And once again, I want to reiterate here, I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman, bringing you the Score 58 Network in full effect here. Glad to have you with us. Sit back and enjoy this. Throw up the scoreboard, and away we go. We will not be able to see the clock. We apologize for that, but we can see the score and the down and distance. It's not first and goal, and that's okay.
It is not first and goal.
It'll be first and 10 here in just a second.
So this is one of those things you talk about preseason. You know, you're looking at a chance to learn about your special teams, make sure everybody knows they're on the special teams.
And that's the biggest thing that you want to get out of it, is getting everything in order to be able to do that part.
So we're ready. The referee has blown the whistle. Looks like number 23 is going to kick off, Rob Johnson. And there's the kick. Taken down at about the 18-yard line, cut up the middle. Wow, nice return right there. Tackle is made, looks like by number 8.
We'll see that on the replay right there. Oh, I love the transition that I pulled over. It's a fade transition like we're in the middle of Star Wars.
There you go.
That was nice. The wipe that goes across the screen. Yeah. I like, no, I'm more of a dissolved person.
So that was Ragland on the tackle. And we're going to get a personal foul face mask right here. You know, first play of the game, you get a face mask. And it'll be first and 10. The ball will be placed at the 38-yard line of the Force. Can't have a better name in football than just the Force.
Buddy, the things that you can do with that, and their logo alone, as you said when you walked in, is like, so they took a helmet and put it on a skull. Yeah, I think that's what they went with. But it's had a different venture as time went on here with the Soldier Force.
So first and 10, right here, number 1. It looks like Dwayne or Cedric Morgan playing quarterback for the Tigers. Empty look for the Tigers. First and 10. Morgan going to take it, throw it down the right sideline deep, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Wow. Can we get a number on that? Hopefully we'll zoom in and get a number.
Looks like that might be
18.
Number 18, Deshaun Dennis, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
And they didn't give him a touchdown on that?
They did. They had to have.
No, they're marking him inside the 1.
That he stepped out?
I don't think so. Okay. So, opening play, first down. That means the Tigers make the first trip into the Score 58 red zone tonight.
Okay, for who just got it? I'm just making sure I'm
I think it was number 18.
Yeah, I'm going to give him names right here.
Deshaun Dennis.
I like it. With the APDFL, he's a receiver. He's definitely not number 78. I'm just letting you know that across the board here. So now I'm trying to figure out, making sure we get everything corrected here.
So first and goal right here for the Tigers. Morgan's still in the shotgun. Going to take the snap, going to run the inside zone, and it's going to be a loss of 4. Ball was carried by number 26, looked like Chaz Henderson, or either that number 28, maybe Tyrone Washington. It's really hard to see the numbers. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal right here.
The best is I think I have different names matched up. So I want to have a little fun bringing back and seeing if I can get the proper names matched up to where they're supposed to be here. Because I'm not a smart man. I mean, realistically, when you go 2 plus 2, I go 7.
But you know what love is.
Yes, and I do. I mean, I watched Forrest Gump several times over. I know who my Jenny is, and that's what's most important in life. And everybody got sentimental all of a sudden, and don't work past that. You know, it's okay on that part.
So that is Tyrone Washington that was carrying the football right there. And there was a timeout on the field. I can only guess that was taken by the Tigers because I never saw anything.
Right, I understand.
But it looked like that, you know, after that first play, they lost 5 yards on that. So they went from 1st and goal inside the 1 to 2nd and goal at the 6.
Hey, look what I fixed.
Look at that.
Hey, buddy, technology, man. It just takes me a moment here on at Anderson Park. I'm Bo McMichael. It's 52 degrees. And why you say that is because I'm going to give you the weather bug right now.
There you go. A.J. Hines in the game along with Jacoby Reedy with Morgan in the backfield. Motion across. And they tried to run the same play, and it is the same result.
By the source. Don't rub your belly, brother. That's number 9.
Number 9, his name is Allen Robertson. And Mr. Robertson is unblockable right now.
He is. He did not like that deep pass. I'll get his name up here in a minute.
So it will bring up 3rd and goal. So you catch the ball on 1st down. It's a huge play down the right sideline. I believe it should have been a touchdown.
I know. I'm hearing that in your voice.
The next 2 plays nets you a total of negative 10 yards.
Okay.
So, you know, you're sitting here looking at, you know, you got to do something right here to make this back to 4th and manageable. Morgan fakes, going to throw it, fade route to the corner. And that's intercepted.
Oh, they're going to say intercepted across the board here. And I'm going to miss that call
and
here.
I think
Let's
that's
see what
number 8 on the interception.
Yep.
Calais Dunn, the cornerback.
Yeah, he got his feet in.
Ooh.
He did. He got it in.
So it will be, instead of it being an opening series touchdown, possession will turn over and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Force. And their goal line defense was a force right there.
And so that was number who?
Number 8.
Who would you say number 8 was?
What did I say?
Yeah, you said a different name.
I read the Tigers roster. My
okay,
bad.
Brother,
it's LA. It's I guess
Mac. And that's what's stressing me out, man. I was like, I didn't want to put number 8, Mac Rachland, number 8, a linebacker. Would you agree with that?
It was number 8, and that would be Mac Ragland.
Okay. Yeah. You know what, Adam?
No.
I don't need this, man.
I'm not trying to be.
If you ever saw the first time when I being the history teacher that I was, when the first time I ever saw the word Hiroshima, I was like, I can't pronounce that. Iwo Jima? I can't. I mean, I looked at that word and was like hooked on phonics. I'm not that person.
All right.
Here we go. 1st and 10, possession. First time we get to see the Force in action.
Orbit motion. Inside zone give.
Oh,
ball is out.
That is an understatement. Turnover.
What a hit right there.
Yeah. We're gonna have to look at that again here because that was a nice hit. Let's see if we can bring this
number
over.
55 on the recovery. That's Christopher Ned.
Look at that hit. Boom. Ball popped out.
I mean, helmet right on the football
but
right there.
You gotta protect the ball. Okay. You can say helmet to football. I understand that part. Great job for the Tigers.
That was number 31. Roderick McKenzie was on the carry, and he took a helmet in the elbow and gave the football up. Football was recovered, like I said, by number 55, Christopher Ned. And right back in the, in a troubled spot right here is the Force's defense. So first down and 10 after the turnover. Ball is at the 28-yard line of the Force. The Tigers back in their traditional empty set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right here. Morgan sitting in the gun. There's the snap. Morgan going to step up, try to escape. Gains a yard on the play. Tackled on the play again by number 9, Allen Robertson. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. I mean, right now, after that one big play, running the football against this defense does not seem to be a prescription for success.
No, I would agree with you on that part.
So 2nd down and 9.
Almost sneeze?
Man,
I felt like
attacked.
That was. I did. I feel like I'm channeling both of our Adam Collins, and you need natural honey from the location or where you're at.
Local honey, baby.
Local honey will solve that.
Going to throw the curl route up top. Did not.
Oh, man. Ooh. I tell you one thing. We need to check his hands and make sure there's not holes in it.
If you look at the top of the screen right here on this replay, the curl route for a first down is wide open. He tries to go inside, and it looks like he throws an in-breaking route, and the wide receiver is going to run an out-breaking route, and that's what preseason football is all about.
It is.
Getting on the same page.
Switch the the Tigers are a purple and yellow team, and they're wearing black. It's messing my brain up.
That is a great looking uniform.
It does. I know. Anytime I'm not gonna. I won't bring up old wounds, man. You've worked past that. I mean, it's very Lithia Springs.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Especially that yellow.
It's very, very. We had more of a Vegas when I was there.
We did, and they've moved back towards a
right.
That golden
sunburst to gold or whatever they call it.
What is they call it? They don't call it Vegas gold. They call it another gold.
I was always told that was sunburst.
Yeah, I've been argued on that part.
There's the snap. Morgan steps up in the pocket, slides to the right, throws it to the back corner. That's going to be incomplete. Then it'll bring up 4th down and 9. Everybody looking for a pass interference flag or a hold, none to come right there. And so now the Force have a chance to get off the field, with a goal line stand and then a 4 and out after their offense gave up an early turnover on the first play they touched the football.
And an opportunity to look at the drone taking a landing right there, courtesy of Joey Russo and Robert Reed and Bobby Bryant live here at Anderson Park. That drone said, I had enough. Let's go ahead and reload my batteries and see what happens.
I love how the first play from scrimmage came from the 37-yard line.
Yep.
And we have one reception for 37 yards.
We have hung out at that time period. I'm going to have to bring up my stats.
So 4th and 9 right here. Morgan's going to be pressured, trying to navigate the pocket. He's going to throw it out in the flat and almost intercepted, and then almost a great catch off the deflection. But that'll be a turnover on downs, and it was almost a pick 6 right there.
Once again, we're live here at Anderson Park. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here live on the Score 58 Network. Glad to have you with us here. A little preseason action, a little conference not conference.
Interconference.
League versus league.
League versus league.
Interleague.
Yeah, it wouldn't be interconference.
It wouldn't be interconference. We got the IAFL-X versus the APDFL. We got the Atlanta Tigers versus the Force, a.k.a. Soldier Force, a.k.a. Alabama Force. We are working on getting them back to the Force. I've talked to a couple of Jedis. I feel like this is going to happen, and I feel confident about it. Here we go. Red helmets are the Force.
Same play they ran to open it up last time.
The Tigers are
going to pick up about 8, bring up 2nd down and 2.
In the yellow. The Tigers changed their stripes a couple of years ago. They used to be orange, and they've moved to yellow and purple, really mimicking the old good old-fashioned LSU Tigers, which I don't find anything wrong with that. I'm not in. What you got?
It's going to be a first down right here after that 3-yard gain. The Force trying to play with a little tempo right here. When a team is 21-0 in their last 21 games, I'm pretty sure they know how to handle a little bit of early adversity.
And I feel like they do, and they don't. I don't even feel like it has adversity. They merged a little. They merged with the Alabama Sabres.
I mean, nice, just little fake. Throw the bubble screen out to number 13. Pretty sure that's Tony Harris Sr.
We do appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Score 58 Network.
So it's still 1st and 10. Ball is at the 45 of the Force. Doubles look right here. Back set to the left. Inside zone give. Turning the corner. Going to gain about 7. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3.
You'll see this instant replay right now. What's the plus right here based on what they're doing from an offensive perspective?
They're giving you a pass look, and then all the linebackers think it's going to be a pass look, and the Tigers are going to take a timeout. 2nd down and 3 right here.
All right, so with that in mind, I'm going to throw this up here. Keys of the game. We've seen a couple of series. Where are you at with the keys of the game here on Score 58 Network? What do you think they need to do overall? Go ahead.
You want to make sure in this scenario that you do these 3 things in a scrimmage. Number 1, you want to make sure that you can run your base plays. You know, you probably haven't schemed too much for this.
Right.
You've run your plays in practice. You want to make sure you can run your base offense, execute your base stuff, and involve your playmakers so that everybody feels like, you know, this is going to be, you know, my most productive season. Let everybody touch the ball, make everybody feel a part of it. Number 2, protect the football. Don't turn it over. And then the third thing is, on defense, I would play about as base as I could play, but make sure that I could tackle and get lined up.
I love you, man. Being an offensive person, you're like, just make sure you can tackle, wrap up the person so we can get on going with offense.
Yes,
here.
That's right.
But after this play here, I'm going to say, when you come out of it and you're sitting on Sunday looking at film, I'm going to ask you and let you think about it. What do you want to see accomplished? Oh, goodness gracious. Great tackle. It's once again hard to see the numbers. I don't feel like we got the numbers matched up correctly, and so I'm afraid to bring the numbers back up. But when you have numbers, go ahead and call them, and I'll see what we have. Like right now with the Force, we have number 18 at quarterback. I don't have him at quarterback. Is that number 18?
I can't tell.
See, 15?
18's a running back. I know that much.
Okay. It's hard to say. You're doing
okay. I got They must have called offsides on that,
and they gave him 5 yards and the first down.
And they did. So
that's number 14. Okay, so I feel like I can put up 14.
So it's 14 and 15 at running back.
14's at quarterback, Matt Calhoun.
15 is the running back, James Cameron. It's hard to tell the way their numbers are.
I know.
Fixated, but I'm doing the.
You're doing a great job, buddy. You know, that's the nice thing we have about everything that we're doing here. Early on, we bring on preseasons to say, hey, what can we improve on and what we can get going.
So there goes motion again. Here comes the pressure from the Tigers. Nobody followed, so it's obviously zone. They did the same thing.
No. Get on it. Get on it. He pulled a Cam Newton right there. And they got the ball. Pop says the ball's on the way for.
Looked like that ball was recovered. If that's the same, like, is that number 33, Justin Johnson?
I'm going to agree with you right now because I could not see it.
So a 1st and 2 ended up being a turnover. And the Tigers take back over.
And Tigers already called 2 timeouts.
Tigers have called 2 timeouts.
I'll tell you one thing. Coach Milton loves his timeouts.
And the Force have turned it over twice.
I'll tell you. Here in the first quarter, we have not switched over on downs. But that's okay.
So it's 1st and 10 now. Ball is at the 40 of the Tigers. This will be the first play since the first play of the game that they have been.
Well, Tigers have had 8 plays total, 28 yards.
And they've run every one of them in the Forces territory.
They have.
This is the first play in their own territory. Doubles look for the Tigers. Snap to Morgan. Inside give.
Ooh.
Tackle made by number 31 of the Force right there. That is Roderick McKenzie. That was number 28 on the carry. Tyrone Washington. Loss of 2 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 12. Morgan back in the gun. I mean, this looks like a very formidable front for the Force.
They're not letting anything go. Okay, brother got to step back. Okay.
There's the snap. Morgan going to fire it out quick on the hitch route. Nicely done. They're going to carry him all the way.
Flag. What's going to be the flag? Coach, talk to me. What are we going to call here?
Face mask, maybe?
Maybe.
I mean, it's hard to see, hard to tell where it would be from out there.
We got Robert on the drone. So 15's tossing it in right now, saying, hey, that's who it is.
That was a nice throw from Morgan to Brandon Christie. It is a face mask. It will be a first down. And after running 2 plays in their own territory, right back into the Forces territory, 1st and 10 at the 38. And the last time they had the ball right around here, they threw a go route down the sideline. And everybody thought it was a touchdown except for the officials.
One thing, I'm going to have to get this roster in check here. I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm not going to throw up another name here until I feel like we're where we're supposed to be.
Morgan throwing the inside hitch right there. Hello, ball's out.
Ball's on the ground again. And I feel like that's one thing you can get out of the preseason
it
matchup.
It always is. Ball is picked up, and he falls down and still can run. They've got him picked up down the sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And that right there is an all-timer. That looks like that's number 28. Quan Pollock for the Force. I don't know if they're going to give him the touchdown or not. I keep hearing. But that was a nice throw and catch by Morgan to the receiver, and then a big hit from the inside linebacker from the Force. Quan Pollock was able to pick up the ball after it had been
thrown out a couple of times.
Yeah, it looked like it was a rugby scrum over there.
Buddy, I enjoy good rugby. Would you ever play rugby?
No, absolutely not. Those people are insane.
Okay, but I mean, if somebody said, hey, let's go play rugby, would you?
I mean,
right now, at the age that you're at, 46, 47.
I mean, if you're really looking to.
Like, I mean, hey, I have a team that wants to. I'm going to bring you in right now. You want to go?
No, I will go watch you do that. If you want to go.
No, brother.
That is a human car wreck.
It is. It is. I can't even imagine somebody tell me I'm going to. What? No, I'm good. I'm fine.
The Force is going to line up to kick the extra point right here.
All right, let's put 6 on the board for the Force.
Number 23.
That'd be you, old man.
I am working on it.
Brother, you're doing a great job.
Number 23 lining up to kick.
We got Craig Chapman on the scoreboard, Bowman Michael on just battling.
That's Rob Johnson getting ready to kick.
I like a Rob Johnson. That's a good name. It's better than a Scott John. You can't trust anybody with 2 first names. That's the first thing I ever got when I was introduced to Scott John. It was like, yeah, you can't agree with me. I got 2 first names. I'm like, all right, buddy.
He'll be a big Chiefs fan tomorrow.
Oh, buddy, he is locked in, ready to go.
Snap, gets it down.
Oh, that's not going anywhere,
kick
brother.
Is blocked.
Get on it.
It is covered by the Tigers right there, not advanced. So the score will remain 6-0 for the Force, and the Tigers will get the football for the 4th time this half.
Okay.
They have thrown an interception, turned it over on downs, and had a fumble. And that fumble was ultimately returned 57 or 54 yards for a touchdown.
Okay.
So it's been a very exciting first quarter right here. One thing we'll have to pay attention to is if it does get to the second quarter, will they change sides?
If it gets determine that right now. I like that.
because, you know, Pop and his crew are all about going, you know, let's not worry about changing things up. Let's get this thing.
Why would we do that?
Let's play. So 6-0 here in the first quarter at beautiful Anderson Park. It's been a beautiful day in the state of Georgia. Get ready for that to cease because it begins raining tomorrow, and from the look of my weather app.
For a little bit, man.
If you want to know.
It's not going anywhere.
If you would like to know when the rain is going to start in Georgia, just look for the first week of high school baseball scrimmages.
Yeah.
And then you will find it because that's what starts next week. So, again, Mr. Johnson getting ready to kick off for the Force. There's the kick down the middle of the field. Going to be fielded at the 20, trying to return it. Cuts the field back across the field, and, man, tackle is made by number 13. That looks to be Tony Harris Sr. There's two 13s, so I got Tony Harris Sr. and Rashad Louis.
Yeah, I've given up on the rosters, man. I spent some time doing that. I'm not doing that right now. Got a little frustrated with the fact that how we're dealing with that. So I'm working on some other things, trying to say, hey, where we were on the touchdown itself.
So I thought there was a flag on the play, and I saw the referees talking, so I thought I was right. Obviously, there was not. They were just having a meeting of the minds. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball is at the 20. They're at their own 24-yard line, and you've got an empty look again with a wide bunch of wide receivers off to the right-hand side. Morgan takes the snap. It's going to throw it right down the center of the field. It's going to be caught 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, all the way down to the 29-yard line. That ball is caught by number 21, Ladarius Gatlin, and Gatlin ripped off through the secondary for a huge gain right there. I mean, let's see if they spotted him at the at the 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10, ball back inside the Force territory at the 20-yard line, and I think that got us to the end of the first quarter right there.
I definitely think that flipped it over on that part. And just like that, we'll kind of dig into some other things that we love talking about. The second quarter, I'm going to figure out the roster situation because I feel like I don't have the right roster, and I'm dying in this situation. We'll get first quarter stats here in just a minute.
That was a 52-yard pass play to end the first quarter right there.
I definitely like that thought process here. All right, so you get an opportunity right now to talk to me a little bit about how you feel. Go ahead, and it's just my simple opinion. Go ahead, Craig. You get a chance to talk.
I cannot.
Come on, brother.
Root for the Eagles, so I will take the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan.
And you won't go against the Eagles because?
I don't like Philadelphia.
I don't like Philadelphia either, even though they produced Rocky. I feel
Sylvester Stallone produced Rocky. Philadelphia was just in the movie.
I feel like I'm still rooting for that. I do root for Philadelphia, and we'll get started here in just a minute here with the proper runners, and we got the we're going to switch over here to the next ticker. What'd you say? Yeah, I said ticker. It gives a chance to talk a little bit about what's going on in this crazy world. Does San Francisco have a puncher's chance tomorrow?
Yes. And the reason they do is the guy standing on the sideline calling plays.
But he crazy.
He is the best play caller in the NFL.
He is.
And you can at me with that, all that you want to.
You can't. I mean, it's at Coach Chapman 09.
He schemes more people wide open than anybody else.
If you need to text not text, but just throw that up there right now. We'll throw this and say, okay, hey, that's the no, doesn't work on that. We'll work on that. Give a white background. I didn't like that. Here we go.
So Morgan back with the wide bunch to the right. Single receiver. Going
He's
to take the
chunking it
shot.
deep.
It's going to be picked off again.
Are they waving it over?
No, they're just saying touchback.
No,
That's a
definitely
touchback. And that ball is intercepted once again by number 8.
Let's look at that.
Mac Ragland.
How do you feel about that?
I like the play call. The ball is to the inside. It's got to be up and to the outside. If you're going to throw a goal line fade right there, the ball has got to be up and to the outside. That one was low to the inside. He gave his receiver no chance. The force survive again. That's the third turnover of the first half. 2 interceptions, both by Ragland, and the fumble return. You know, that happened last. You know, you're looking at this. Nobody has stopped anybody yet. So
we'll get first quarter stats here in just a second. I'll pop that up here after this play. I love dead silence.
There
here.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, we can't argue for dead silence for nothing on that situation. So
first and 10 for the Force right here. Ball is at the 20. We're going to get a false start penalty on the Force, and it'll bring up first and 15. Six to nothing right here is your score.
And we get the first quarter stats here while we have a little break in the action here. 6 to nothing. No. I'll bring that up a little bit more here. What do you think about the overall Tigers rushing yards here?
Well, I mean, they lost 10 yards when they had first and goal at the 1. And that's the big story right now. You get 1 yard, you're probably ahead in the game.
I would agree with you on that part.
Nice play right there. I mean, just a great job of reading the bubble screen right there by number 29 for the Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get upset with us from a technology perspective, we are adapting to the environment that's given to us.
There it is.
It's like, hey, we do. It's like, hey, it's going to freeze on us right now. We're not on site right now. Let's go ahead and do that and bring that part.
That was Javon Davis that made the tackle.
It does. We got a little choppiness going on here. We'll try to figure it out and what happens if 2 first quarter actions and everything's fine. You know, I like to see that we're dealing with an anomaly, but I don't think so. I feel like we're dealing with and your main goal is to go, hey, what's going on here and what we have. So, and that's okay.
So it looks like we're going to join this thing back up at 4th down. So it looks to be 4th down, 17, or 4th and 15, excuse me. And we're getting a myriad of whistles.
We're interrupted by Georgia Tech alumni bringing down something. What did he bring you?
Things that I cannot eat.
Okay, I'll take care of that. Nothing wrong with that in that situation. Let me bring up the scoreboard back again here. Once again, we're live here in the second quarter of action here at Anderson Park. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here on the Score 58 Network. We have a inter-league competition between the IAFL-X and the APDFL. APDFL is located in the yellow. IFL is in the white. That's the IAFL-X. IFL currently is up 6-0 over. That's the Force versus the Tigers. That's the Soja Force, a.k.a. Alabama Force, a.k.a. versus the Atlanta Tigers out of the APDFL. Things that you've gotten, because we'll always talk about coming out of half, the keys of the game for both teams, because we have an opportunity to really watch them. it's hard to talk about keys to the game for either team when we haven't had a chance to really watch them for 2 quarters.
Well, I've got a big key for both of them. Hold on to the football.
Brother, it is like a butter. Somebody said butter. I said, no, it's not butter. It's more than that. And 4th and 15, and they're going to be punting.
Yeah, Johnson's back to kick right here.
It's going to put them in a, meaning the Tigers in a nice field position, I'm feeling.
I mean, this is what you don't want to punt, but this is one of the things that you're glad you do a preseason game for, so you can get a
good punt.
Yeah, it was a
good punt.
A great punt. Fielded at his own 40, taking it back to the middle of the field. Nice job. Hello.
My name is what?
Ball came out.
Oh, buddy.
They're not going to give it to him.
No. Everything came out in that situation.
Ball was returned by number 16. That's Nigel Mayo. Mayo with the 17-yard return will bring up 1st and 10 at the Force 43-yard line for the Tigers. The Tigers has had some drives that look very, very promising. Turnovers have just derailed their offense here in the first half.
We got a first quarter matchup where you can look at the first quarter and see what they had overall wise before this quarter starts back
and they've
again.
Dominated the game if they don't turn it over.
Right.
And
well, both teams, you could argue that.
I mean,
in the big scheme of things.
The turnovers for the Force have been turnovers that have stopped scoring chances and directly led to their first scoring chance. There's this throw out wide ball. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Hard to see who got that. I'm going to try to look like that was number 33 that got his hands up. That would be Trey Hayes. It'll be 2nd down and 10. All right. Still got Cedric Morgan in at quarterback. Keeping them spread out here in this empty look. Trips receivers to the right-hand side, now in a bunch formation. This is the same formation they lined up in when they threw the little quick route down the middle of the field. That went for 52 yards. Morgan's going to scramble out right. He's going to throw down the right sideline. Got a wide open man. Caught at the 10. Tackled at the 6. That ball was caught again by number 21, Ladarius Gatlin. And Ladarius Gatlin is having a huge day. He had a 52-yard reception the last time. This one's going to be about 37 yards, maybe 38. And 1st and goal again for the Tigers.
What number was he?
21.
I appreciate that. Hey, look at that. I'm figuring things out. I'm what we call a savant.
The Tigers are in empty inside the score 58 red zone at the 7-yard line of the Force. There's the snap. Going to let Morgan throw the back corner fade. Almost. A great one-handed catch right there. Pass was intended.
I'll tell you one thing. I can rent you out to a party. You give me the red-headed zone of Score 58 Network.
Red-headed stepchild zone.
Brother, you don't know how upset I used to get about that when I was a kid. When somebody's like, hey, you're a redheaded stepchild. My parents are still together.
There it is.
Do not call me redheaded stepchild.
And that pass was intended for number 11, Aquinas Stillwell. 2nd down and goal for the Tigers. I like what they did there by staying in empty. I would have really liked it if they would have thrown a slant.
I agree.
Now they're still in the trips look. This is a great chance right here to throw a screen or a slant with a flare. Morgan back, got trips receivers to his right. There's the snap. There's a counter look. Nice run right there, and hello. The tackle is made by number 3. That is Quint Burt. And Mr. Burt laid on a hit that hurt right there. I mean, I'm thinking he's going to split these guys and go to the end zone, and he went to the ground, number 3. Running back right there was number 31 for the Tigers. That was Craig Weber. And that was a really nice play call. Little counter action look. And it looked like it was going to be a potential touchdown, and it was just a potential knockdown. So 3rd and goal at the 4.
Looks like we got the drone back in play here. A little battery recharge, ready to go.
Maybe that was number 37 on the carry, which it is. It was Jalen Bryant on the carry. Morgan takes the snap, fakes it. The ball is deflected away, and it's going to bring up 4th down and goal in this 6-0 game in the 2nd quarter here at Anderson Park.
We got great viewership across the board. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching a little bit of football here on a Saturday night. We're live streaming on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Vimeo. Sit back and enjoy.
Now the Tigers are going to go for this on 4th and goal.
Good call or bad call right now?
If you don't have a kicker, it's a good call.
Yeah, but if you have a kicker, is it a good call?
If you have a kicker, you take the points right here. You've been inside the 10 twice, and you don't have anything out of it yet. You got to eventually get points. They got a bunch set with the tight end. Morgan takes the drop, going to roll to his right. Going to try to get into the end zone, and he's not going to get there. Great play on the edge right there, but for the force by number 1, Chris Beard. Beard tackles Morgan at the 4-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 on the turnover on downs.
Yeah, we're going to lose something here for just a second. Good old-fashioned technology having a little fun with us. We got Chris Beard, number 1. I love when ATH. Have you ever been labeled as an ATH?
No, I was always just a QB.
I was like, I was labeled as a, I was OL. I was never labeled as a DL or anything like that.
Even though you played defensive
buddy,
line.
I enjoy me some defensive line. Nowadays, more than anything else, that I was like, yeah, I enjoyed that. I wish I channeled that more, and the oldness in me goes that. But I when it came down to it, blocking individuals was much more entertaining for me. I loved pancaking folks. I even got a pancake award in college, so I'm okay with that.
Calhoun getting ready to take the snap right here. He's going to throw the slant, and it's going to be a 1st down, gain of 12. And there is a penalty flag on the play, so
what are we going to call?
If you believe the force, it's on the Tigers.
I love the freeze.
It was on the defense, and they declined it, and the force are right back up on the ball, 1st and 10. Ball is up at the 15-yard line after the 11-yard gain.
Now we got a freeze screen right here. Apologize for that. We'll get that out of there here in just a minute. See if we can get that going here.
Calhoun draws him off. He's going to take his shot. Going to throw it deep down the middle. Almost called.
Almost indeed.
Pass was intended right there for number 13. I'm going to say that's Rashad Louis. force.
Uh-oh. We got an issue here. Hold on 1 second.
So, during this timeout, let me take the penalty flag moniker off of the game. And just, you know, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with right here. I'm thinking that that little inside slant they threw on the series before, they got called back for whatever that was, holding or whatever, or excuse me, it was a defensive penalty on that before the bad snap. I think I'm going with that right here. I don't think running the football is the play right here.
No, not right now based on the defense, no.
Either team that running the football,
no, they're having a hard time.
It's running at your own risk.
It is.
So 6-6 right here. Obviously under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. That was the second timeout for the fourth. Both teams with one timeout remaining. Fourth breakout, they got trips. Receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, single receiver matched up basically in press coverage. They get them to jump again. They're going to take the shot. Going to throw it down the left sideline, just out of the reach. But that's going to be 1st and 10. And we just had talked about it. You think they'll do it again? They did it again and got a first down. Number 31 checks back into the game, and that's Roderick McKenzie. He's back in the backfield to flank Calhoun on his right. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball will be at the 44-yard line of the Force.
We are working out some good old-fashioned technical difficulties. Sorry for missing the past touchdown by the Tigers.
Sprint to the right here. I'm going to throw it back into the middle of the field, and there comes the penalty flag.
You heard the audience was like,
yeah. And I don't know if the come on was because of the penalty or because of the late hit. But in today's day and age of football, anytime you take more than one step and hit a quarterback, whether you push him to the ground or pick him up and dump him, that's going to be a penalty. So that'll bring up 15 yards and another first down for the Force. And now the Force are inside Tiger territory. Ball's going to be at the – where did they mark this at? 39-yard line, okay.
I love when you get the
I started trying to do
plan and you're like, oh, what's going on?
I don't understand where they're going. Oh, there it is. Takes a snap, makes the play fake right across the middle. And I mean, I don't know if he didn't see that, but this is a really, really, really nice throw right here. Looks like from our vantage point, they just make a great play fake. Now he throws it right behind the linebacker. Looks like it goes right through Louis' hands right there. So 2nd down and 10 for the Force. Staying in their doubles look. There's a snap, another token fake, dropping back. Calhoun's just,
got plenty of time.
Yeah, just didn't have anywhere to throw the ball. That ball was down.
No. Ho, 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 ho.
Pop was about to not call it a
fumble.
He was about to
right
call
there.
it. He called it a fumble.
And when that ball popped out, he just looked at it.
No,
I'm not calling that. I'm not getting involved in that
nope,
conversation.
No, we are not.
No.
It's going to be 3rd down. The ball was at the 39. It's all the way back to the 50. It'll be 3rd down and 31. Got a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 31 right there. I don't know why they moved the chains. Here we go. Fix to be fun. The ball is at the 39-yard line.
Oh, my bad. We're going back in the past. I apologize. Back in time.
I thought you were going to say back to life, back to reality.
No. I tell you one thing. Nothing better. If I was ever to make a movie, I would make a movie that did not have a time period that I would be alive in. Because recently we just eclipsed the Back to the Future 2 timeline.
Yes, we did.
We did, and everybody posted, "Hey, this is what was supposed to happen in this time period." So I say that.
Still looking for my hoverboard,
buddy. Everybody's looking for their hoverboard. I don't think I would. Would you ride a hoverboard?
Absolutely.
Would you?
Absolutely.
All right, 4-wheeler. Have you done a 4-wheeler?
Yeah, I've ridden on a 4-wheeler.
Okay.
I don't
moped. No. I'm going to ask some questions on territory wise.
I don't know. Moped,
okay, would you let your daughters ride a 4-wheeler?
Yeah, they already have.
Oh man, you crazy.
Okay. Yeah, but see, they rode a 4-wheeler with my brother-in-law.
Okay, that's different.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, my oldest daughter's in college.
Yeah.
And she's got an electric bike, all that other stuff.
Okay, all right. Not going to argue with you on that part, man. But it's just something that
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting. A hoverboard, no, but you can get a skateboard that has wheels. I'll do that when you don't get over to a pond. I'm good there.
So 3rd and 31 right here for the Force. They're going to throw the little tunnel screen. The pass is dropped. Wow. Buddy, I'm going to tell you right now.
They're hitting.
Somebody said hello.
Yeah, they're hitting on that part.
Now, the Force went for it on 4th and 8. I don't know if they could punt a first down right now.
Buddy, they can't. Greg, number 9, they cannot.
So 4th and 31, here's what you do. Get 6 yards deep, throw the ball as far as you can down the middle of the field and hope they tip it up and catch it. So basically, you're just going to run a Hail Mary.
Make sure you stay with us at a halftime. We're going to go over a whole bit of football knowledge and talk about meaningless stuff.
Hey, right down the middle of the field.
Involved.
And it gets tipped.
And almost, there was almost a reception. Okay, I don't think I'm that quick. Am I that quick? Okay, look. Here's the replay. How close?
Too close.
Oh.
Too close if you're a Tigers coach.
Buddy, Tigers coach is like, the palpitations are killing me at this point. Switch it over to the Tigers. Once again, it's tied 6-6 here.
I believe that was the last play of the first half.
I do believe that's the last play of the first half, so we will switch it over here and say, hey, welcome to Just My Opinion segment. Let's get that all squared away. All right, Coach Chapman, would you take money from this guy? This is the first question we have on the day here. Would you take money from this gentleman?
From him or the person I know who he is?
No. Would you take would you take any type of money from this gentleman?
No, absolutely not.
Why wouldn't you, man?
Especially not if he has a thing that says burn on it.
Yeah, man, come on. We can get you some money, man. You go down and get your responsibilities on this part. All right. What about this gentleman right here? Would you take money from this gentleman right here?
Absolutely.
Okay, man, but he's got
the blue socks tell me everything
buddy,
I need to know.
He's got backup. That's all I got to say here. So, most importantly, we want to talk about is the Pro Bowl that's starting next week. Talk to me a little bit about the Pro Bowl. What excites you? It reminds me of my youth.
I mean, yeah, it does. You used to have the longest throw, the quarterback competition.
But we didn't watch it until
it was in March.
Oh, buddy, forever.
Yeah, because they were trying to.
And we didn't understand that as people. We were like, why are you waiting to show this to us?
Yeah, because in our minds at that point in time, we were going to go outside and play.
Yeah.
Nobody was sitting inside.
No, well, why were we watching this one? So the best catch competition.
Now, to me, that's going to be amazing because of the way wide receiver play has changed.
Okay.
But the precision passing, as much as everyone throws the ball now from as many different angles,
I was watching something the past day where they had non-quarterbacks throwing the ball. My boys were watching a all-star matchup here back in the day where they were doing that on that part. Thread the needle.
Yes.
Fastest man competition.
Those are like, for me growing up, Darryl Green was the fastest man in the NFL.
Yeah, but we didn't watch it until March and April.
Yeah,
it's so blows that if we get to see this.
But the most amazing thing about that was you should watch Darryl Green run, and Darryl Green was just 5'8", 5'9" corner.
He could
and
catch
the
anybody.
first person I ever saw him run against was Herschel Walker,
Right.
who's gigantic.
Yeah.
And then Pro Bowl dodgeball, I'd like to see that.
We're going to watch it.
I'm definitely going to watch it.
Oh, yeah, just to see what kind of smack talking occurs. Because if somebody said, hey, I want to, if suddenly they said, hey, Craig Chapman, we want you to do a dodgeball competition with the seniors, would you join?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't know why they don't do that with your school. You need to kind of push that.
Absolutely. I think we ought to have a faculty.
Buddy, we got great perception.
Yeah.
We could stream it. It would be, talking about slow motion right here. You got move the chains competition. I don't know what necessarily that is at this point.
Is it a 7-on-7 game?
Could be gridiron gauntlet relay race. That sounds crazy.
It also sounds like every owner and GM in the league is like, what are you doing?
Well, that's what this year is about.
Yes.
Is to figure out, is there something that makes people want to watch at 3 o'clock on February 5th?
My only hate, not hatred, but my only regret about this is that they're not really playing a game where Peyton is the head coach of one team and Eli is the head coach,
Right.
like a real football game.
Well, the East and West Shrine Bowl. I hate that they call that, and then they got the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
The East and West Shrine Bowl seems to be the Senior Bowl.
It is.
Okay.
But there's like 700. They played one today at 6 o'clock.
I know. And then you got the Pro Bowl games, which is realistically flag football based on that part. The thing that I overall question and ask, I much rather see this, but it has to be produced properly.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's – I went back – my boys were watching like the top 25 Pro Bowl moments, and they went all the way back to the 80s. And that was some intense Pro Bowl.
Dude, there were people. It's just like when everybody talks about the old All-Star games.
Right.
People got injured in All-Star games in baseball, and it ruined their careers.
Right, but they were all out.
They were playing.
They were playing.
I can't remember the last Pro Bowl I watched, but I turned on for like 5 minutes a couple years ago, and they threw a pass, and somebody bumped into somebody, and they blew a whistle. I was like, I'm not watching this pass.
No, but
I understood it, though.
98, 97, 96, 20 years ago. And I understand why they're doing what they're doing. I hope in many ways that this becomes a very positive environment that everybody can grab a hold of, because we've seen that with the NBA.
Yes.
And nobody
skills competition.
Okay,
is great.
first of all, nobody's ever called, because we watch NBA basketball and we're like, the NBA basketball. Nobody's gotten upset about the NBA All-Star game.
And they've changed the way they score it and how there's a target
Right.
point now.
And they go down with it. They've adjusted it because they realized, hey, nobody's really playing defense.
Nobody wants to play defense.
No,
everybody
nobody
wants to dunk or shoot it from 35 feet.
Yeah, right. I can understand that. Hands down right there. So if they can figure out a variable here with the All-Pro game, that is awesome. A couple of reminders here. We have a great Commissioners Classic coming up here February 23rd. If I'm 25th, 2003. We have two games, a 3 o'clock and a 6:30. That is Central Standard Time in Mobile, Alabama. Got a IAFL, APDFL crossover matchup. Should be a lot of fun. Across the boards here, congratulations to Mississippi Dynasty for winning the 2022 APDFL championship. The IAFL-X is a whole new brand, so hey, it should be a lot of fun to see how that plays out. Not necessarily sure what we're dealing with here concerning the Sunshine Bowl. You had a chance to really you called the Turkey Bowl, didn't
Yes, Yeah, and it should be really interesting.
I hope we get a chance to go down there to Miami. I've got 3 people that are willing to go 8 games. And brother, you're going to be here.
I'll be here.
We'll be Saturday and Sunday, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, what else we got to do on a Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday, I'll be coaching baseball at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, and then I'll see you a little bit later.
But it's it'll just be 2 5-inning games.
That's fine.
I don't have to do the quad games.
But
like
we
I did
got
last
4 games on Saturday, 4 games on Sunday. It should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, and hope we are able to get into that action here and bring that to you full circle. Tell me what matchup you're excited about here, week 1 of the WNFC.
All right, so
that's the Women's National Football Conference.
There
11-11. I'm on preference, and I apologize. 11-11 women's football. April 1st is season kickoff. That's not April Fool's Day for anybody else to see. What do you like to see going from top to bottom?
All right, so to me, I think that the 2 best games on this.
Yeah, I'm reaching into it, brother.
The 2 best games on this
bought into it.
Are the San Diego Rebellion and the Utah Falcons, and I think it's going to be the LA Legends and the Las Vegas Silver Stars. The game that I want to see though is Regina Jackson and the Mississippi Lady Panthers.
Yeah,
playing against the Texas Elite Spartans.
Oh, buddy, that's going to be the. You talk about everybody hoping one thing or another, and you get what you don't really necessarily want in that sense. I mean, I look forward to April 1st. I need April 1st to be about 7 months out to get ready for it. But it's going to be a good Saturday for football here on the WNFC and also the Score 58 Network. Looking forward to that across the board. All right, so who we got? Because we're not going to have much time here once the game gets going. I know everything else happens. The Bengals and the Chiefs, who are you rooting for as Craig Chapman, the fan?
I want the Cincinnati Bengals to win. Not that I have anything against Kansas City. I love Andy Reid, and I love everything about it. I really like watching Joe Burrow and them throw the football around.
They do a good job.
I think that Burrow.
They've gotten improved week by week this year.
Yeah, but what they did to Buffalo last week was impressive.
I think Buffalo was tired. I think
Buffalo,
it's been
long.
It's been a long couple of weeks.
Yes, for them.
It really has been.
But their pass rush last week got after Allen, and then they ran the ball with Mixon, and then you've got.
I did want to see Buffalo and Kansas City play. Just
in
to
Atlanta.
see, I did. Internally, I don't know if I'd have bought tickets, but I really wanted to see it. I didn't need to buy tickets, so I'm glad that didn't play out. But from a Cincinnati perspective, were you aware of the first Cincinnati-San Francisco matchup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you were like 5 years old.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 on that part. And then the last one you were, give or take, 6th grade.
13?
Yeah, 6th, 7th grade.
89, right?
Yeah, it was 89.
So 12, 13, somewhere around there.
It was 88, 89. It was 88 season, 89.
So 13.
Yeah. So, the
that was
irony.
Hey, John Candy's in the end zone.
I know,
game.
brother. That's the best one. If you're Joe Montana, you point out that. To me, that's the only thing I get from that. Even though, and I was a Bengal fan, hands down. I did.
Everybody was a Bengals fan that year because of Ickey Woods.
Oh man, dude, the Ickey Shuffle was the best in the world, man.
I had a lot of for us growing up, we didn't get to watch a lot of Falcons games because of the blackout rule.
It was, and the only thing you watched was on TV.
Yeah, so I grew up, respecting quarterbacks named Esiason, Marino, Fouts, Sims, guys like that. I don't put.
You had more of a chance to be able. I mean, to live in this generation where you could watch the game no matter what.
Sunday NFL ticket when the first time.
Well, not even Sunday ticket, but to know that no matter what, you're watching a Falcons game here, even though whether the game's sold out or not, you're watching it.
And then, that was one of those things. Dion's first game in Atlanta
brother,
wasn't sold out.
No, I was there.
And he ran a pump back, and I have Larry Munson.
Yes.
The voice of Larry Munson, describing Deion Sanders' punt return, which I hear it, but then I get to see it on the game I'm watching on a
NFL,
update.
Yeah,
the NFL
prime time. Yeah, you get the update when they drop in there.
Of course, we're old enough to remember when they would come on and say, Alcoa presents fantastic finishes.
And then we watch the Dallas Cowboys
every time.
Every time. They were like, I don't really want to watch this right now.
I wanted to go crush some aluminum cans at that point.
I mean, you look at that, and then I go to a college that's right next to Alcoa. and I'm like, is that the same school? All right, so one last thing here before we get out of here. What do you like about Philly and San Francisco? I mean, you had a chance to mention that to begin with.
All right, so
I mean, you got a 3 and a 6:30. Which one are you Which one are you like zoned into? The 3 o'clock or the 6:30?
Both of them.
Okay,
for two different reasons.
Okay,
I watch.
Are you rooting against any team?
The Eagles.
Okay,
and I.
But why do you dislike them? I mean, other than being the Eagles' name, I don't have anything against the Eagles because.
Ron Jaworski, Mike Quick.
Brother,
no, I'm just kidding, man.
I appreciate that 98-yard.
Ron Jaworski, Mike Quick.
But I don't have any. Like I said,
I don't
the best
like
thing was they dedicated a floor on a team that I called yesterday for basketball, and the only thing I could think of was somebody was like, "Hey, who's this person?" And I'm like, "He got the turf monster against the San Francisco game."
Don't do that,
bro,
to Harry, man.
But that's what I say.
And unfortunately for Harry, that's what the majority of the Falcons
That's
fans.
the only thing I remember.
Nobody will remember
Don't say
him.
his name because then we get drawn into that. But, I mean, I understand what you're saying. But that's when you sit there and go, Ron Jaworski, yes, I'm sitting in my bed, and it's overtime in the playoffs, and Quick takes it all the way. And I'm like, why Lord, why Lord, why Lord? And I understand that concept.
But, like, for me, it was the whole thing. Like, when they were so – I like the Bears because of McMahon.
Okay.
I was a big Jim McMahon guy growing up. He was a short quarterback. I'm a short quarterback.
You are. You're a midget. It's okay.
But I didn't like the Eagles because I didn't like Buddy Ryan. I thought that their teams.
But when I learned about.
Oh, yeah. But that was just me being young.
When you learn about them later, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
This guy invented a whole defense. But in this game, like you asked me which one I'm locked into. I'm locked in.
Which one do you want to watch more?
I want to watch. I think the more compelling total football game is the Eagles and the 49ers because of how you have a rookie quarterback going into
it's not even a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, it's Mr. Irrelevant.
It's the third string quarterback.
Yeah, and the third one to play this year.
Right.
And then you have him going into a place that I've heard NFL players that I respect say the most intimidating environment. And
the Atlanta Falcons Michael Vick era did not stand a chance.
No, they went up there and got
Matt Ryan.
The best offense.
Matt Ryan had a chance.
Yeah, he did. But the year that the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, when they averaged 36 points a game,
they got their butts.
They went up to Philadelphia that year and got it handed to them.
Yes, they didn't have a chance. We didn't want to play them anymore.
And so, that's the intriguing storyline. A guy I consider to be the best play caller and the best schemer in football. How's he going to handle his young quarterback in that environment?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you on that part. That's good on that part. We got some USFL and XFL action. We're getting ready to start for this.
That's going to be fun too. To me.
Oh, buddy, to have two leagues. Okay. If we just looked at because listen to you say I'm intrigued. I'll throw it up there. We got because I can see the game going on right now. We got the XFL started. I'm intrigued with it. I mean, we got an early kickoff, February 18th. That's a week after the week after. Craig.
That's called great marketing.
Craig, it's the week after the Super Bowl.
That's great, though, because everybody's going.
If I see Dwayne Johnson, I'm hugging.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to be able to hug one arm, though.
I will. I mean, I hug his thigh. I mean, his thigh. Maybe his pinky toe on that situation.
I love those helmets, though.
I do.
Man.
And then you said USFL is going to slow burn, and they're saying, hey, these are our hub cities, Detroit, Canton, Memphis, and Birmingham. Last year they played everything out of Birmingham.
Yes, they did. And
they played the championship out of Canton. Mm-hmm. And now they're like, hey, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do a little bit of difference here and there. And I'm excited about that. To say that we're going to have football, and I'm a basketball. I mean, I'm a basketball person in March. I love me some baseball. I do. I don't want to ever have a conversation about baseball. I just like watching it. You're the Baseball Hall of Famer. I'm not. The only thing I really truly enjoy is saying, hey, we've got this going here and here, and seeing what happens. So with that in mind, I've got the stats coming across for the halftime stats. What do you think they look like across the board?
I think that it is completely dominated stat-wise by the Atlanta Tigers in the pass game. I think the run game is not a big victory for either one anyway.
Okay, well, look at the halftime stats. I mean, buddy, the force got to show up.
I mean, and here's the thing. If the Tigers, like we talked about, the 3 turnovers inside the
right,
2 of them are in, one of them's in the end, or 2 of them are in the end zone.
Yeah, I know. I'm dealing with that as well.
And it's 6-6, and you got a team that's thrown for 136 yards, and they hadn't scored a touchdown yet on offense.
Listen to you. I'm hearing you.
And so now but you start the second half, and you're playing a team in the force, and we can talk about this. You know, they've won 21 consecutive games, and you kind of let them off the hook in the first half because you didn't, score when you had it 1st and goal inside the 1. And you didn't score when you had it 1st and 10 or 1st and goal at the 6. So
well, it's a tied up ball game. It's 0-0. It is preseason matchup. Hopefully, I've gotten the roster somewhat squared on the good old fashioned technical issues here. Glad to have you with you. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here. Craig, thanks so much for just jibber jabbing with me here at halftime, buddy.
That's what I do.
What I do well. Buddy, you do it real well. Had a long conversation with the boys about my 2 sons about World War II, and they were like, "Hey, da-da-da," and I'm like, "Yeah, we're not going to talk about what I used to do." And they were like, "You know a lot about history." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good with that. You don't, you know," and trying to get that conversation. But right now, we got the Atlanta Tigers in black, the Force in white. We got APDF versus IAFL-X. Glad to have you with us here on the Score 58 Network. We're live here at Anderson Park, Atlanta, Georgia. Sit back and enjoy the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter of this wonderful experience. Thank you so much for tuning in right now, and glad to have you with us. And let's get started.
Gonzalez getting ready to kick for the Tigers right here. Should be Beard being ready to receive Gonzalez's approach. The ball is hammered down the middle of the field right here. Taking it about the 22, makes a man miss in the middle, going to take it up before the ball's out.
For a man that wears glasses, you can point out a ball losing its snuggle more than anything in the world, man. It's crazy.
So I think that I have been calling the wrong receiver's name because I just saw that. So I think they've been throwing the ball to Darren Clark.
I know.
Because now I just saw the way the light hit his jersey, because I think he recovered the fumble right there.
I think he did.
So 1st and 10 right here. Ball was back at the 38-yard line of the Force. Still the greatest football name ever. And the fact that it looked like they took Skeletor and put a helmet on it was awesome.
When you said that, I was like, buddy, you can't say that. Based on the copyrights, we're not good there. You can't say you can't say Skeletor.
So 1st and 10, it looks like we're having some kind of discussion. Here we go.
You didn't say powwow, and I appreciate
discussion.
That, but you thought about it for a second.
Almost. Calhoun up there, number 31, Roderick McKenzie flanks him to the right. And there's the snap. Hand to McKenzie off the left side. He's going to jump a tackler in the hole, going to pick up about 6 yards to bring up 2nd down and 4. Now, this is the way they started the game. They ran the football effectively, and then they had a fumble, and they got away from doing it. And so now they're back in trips again. 2nd down and 4. Little play fake, throwing the speed out. Pass is caught right there by number 12, Christian Briscoe. It'll be a first down inside Tiger territory at their 46-yard line. 45-yard line. First and 10 at the Tiger 45-yard line. First drive of the second half. There's the give again around the left side. He's going to stretch for 3 yards, and there's a flag on the play. So what was a 3-yard gain?
The one thing I do love is semi-pro fans.
They're great.
They are.
I mean.
Hey, side note, we need to go to see a Macon baseball game. What is that?
About the Macon Bacon?
Yes, or the Bananas.
I want to go to the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
But you have to buy tickets like 2 years in advance.
I'll find it. I'll find us tickets. Well, I'll go down there.
My daughter's been talking about that for 2 years.
I'll figure it out because I feel like we're missing out on true excitement. Did you see the throw-in? They were showing something that they took it all the way from center field, and 7 people, all 9 folks, touched the ball.
Yes.
When they did that was beautiful.
So you're going to get a second down. You get a holding penalty, which backs it up 10 yards. And then after the holding penalty, you're going to get another. It looks like it's second and 25, second and 27. No, that's about right. So, I mean, that's a good play call right there. That is a great play call right there. All the way back to the 49-yard line, so it'll bring up third down and about 16. That is a great play call. That was just a great play call. So third down, 16 to go. Calhoun's going to fake it, going to throw the little in breaking route, and he had a chance right there. Pass was intended for, looked like number 6, William Elam. Pass hit him right in the chest and was dropped. Hard to tell if that's number 6 or not. Maybe number 8 right there, Mac Ragland. So it's going to bring up fourth down right here. Or did they call it? Now they got me confused, Bo. Because they called holding and a dead ball foul. So if it's holding and a dead ball foul and both of them were accepted, shouldn't it be fourth down right here?
It should be, but based on that I put up the orange zone as a label, that means I was not paying attention, and that's your job. The only thing I was thinking about is, hey, did Adam do well in individuals this weekend? Do we know?
It's not. I don't think it was this weekend.
So why is he not here right now? He could be sitting right next to you, man. I didn't reach out to him.
Maybe because he needed this weekend
to rest.
Yes.
I mean, he's a big guy. He's a bear. I understand.
They have. I don't know if they had individuals this weekend or not. I think they have.
I don't think they did.
I think it's next weekend they go to Upson for that.
Okay. I'm starting a TikTok channel. I'm gonna have you in it.
That works for me. Yeah. I don't know how to work those.
Me neither.
Videos.
But we're gonna make some money. I haven't figured it out yet, but we're gonna show anybody how to lose weight, and we're just gonna videotape you.
That works.
All right, here we go.
So they're going to keep it at 3rd and 16. So obviously I was wrong.
16, balls on the ground.
Nice little bubble screen out to the sideline. Oh, he's going to turn the corner. He's going to get the first down.
He is so going to get
all
the
way down to the 28-yard line. Pass complete to number 2, Justin Morgan. It'll bring up 1st and 10.
As a coordinator, how fired up do you get if you're, you know?
Oh, if I'm the offensive coordinator and I'm just trying to get myself into a 4th and manageable right there, and you block it up right there and you get the first down, pretty stoked. If I'm the defensive coordinator, DB coach just got fired.
GB coach just got fired.
Uh-oh. Hello. That was a handoff right there to number 33, Trey Hayes. And Trey Hayes brought the pain right there.
The force is trying to get in. Have they? Yeah.
They're in the red zone.
Not yet. Not yet. They're close.
And they're not going to get there if they keep throwing into double coverage. It'll be a 3rd and 4 right here. Why is the?
Hey, what was the best interception you ever threw? Like when you threw it, you were like, that's intercepted.
Oh, the best one I ever threw?
Yeah.
Like when I threw it, I was like the guy made an interception.
I'll say your junior year, not your senior. It's a defensive penalty on this part, but your junior year, because you didn't touch my butt my senior year on that part. We were center and quarterback, so that's how we have this relationship. But
Are you asking me when I threw one and he intercepted?
No. Like when you were throwing it, you're like, yeah, it's not going to go well.
Oh, yeah, we were playing Jonesboro that night, and
that's a good night.
And I threw a pass, and I saw the route combination, and I made the cardinal sin as a quarterback. I didn't look at the defense. I was looking at my receiver.
Right.
And I saw movement, and I was like, there he goes. I've got this curl route. And when I threw it, I was like,
and he got picked.
Yeah.
Other way.
Not just picked. It wasn't like he had to do anything. He was not covering anybody.
Right.
He just was standing there.
Yeah, I can remember that pass.
And I threw it. And
That's horrible that I remember that when you just said that.
Because it was horrible. Because I threw it, and as soon as I threw it, I went, that was good, Craig. In my brain, I was like, right to him. Didn't even see him there.
No.
Like, my brain was.
Gosh.
And then I got home and throwing a 71-yard Hail Mary at the end of the game to win it kind of.
It does.
It relieves some of that, because if we hadn't have won that game, that would have been the most disgusting feeling waking up on Saturday morning.
Oh, hands down. To win on that Hail Mary as a senior, I still hold that as I could bring that up on a video footage. It still holds leverage for me nearly 30-plus years ago.
If Coach Hughes is listening, yes, Coach, there were 3 penalties on that play.
I know. But
Calhoun goes to the end zone just over the outstretched arms right there on that.
It'd be awesome if Albert was listening, by the way.
Yeah, I talked to him today.
I know. Did you talk to him today?
I did. Today.
Sometimes he chimes in and gets that conversational piece. One of my hashtag goals in 2023 is to get him to call a game with us.
Oh, dude.
Just have him sit down. We ain't got no stairs for him. He can just come sit here and call a football game with us here in the spring.
Injured player for the Tigers right here. They're going to come out and take a look at right now.
Great viewership numbers across the board. Appreciate that. For those turning in on Vimeo, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, glad to have you with us here. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here on the Score 58 Network, bringing you a little preseason action of the Atlanta Tigers versus the Force from the IAFL-X. It's a little APDFL versus IAFL-X. Brother, the day gets longer, man.
It does.
It does.
Chris Couch makes his way off the field under his own power.
I appreciate you just interrupting me so I didn't have to finish that statement. I'm thinking, buddy, I was up at 6 o'clock this morning getting ready for the gym, and I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I was like, we got a 6 o'clock call time. I hope I can make it through it.
So yesterday I woke up early. I had a meeting when I first got to school at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I had to get up a little bit earlier.
Okay.
And I got home from Mary Persons at about 11 o'clock.
It was, well, based on who sent me when I got video from, I understand. Go ahead.
And so when I got home, I sat down and started watching TV, and I was sitting there, and I finally just said, what are you doing? Go to bed.
Yeah.
Been up forever today. So, second down right here. It's number 35 in the backfield. Dennis Riggs. Calhoun takes the snap, gives to Riggs. Riggs cuts it back over the left tackle. He's going to drive, and he's going to be into the end zone for the first offensive touchdown of the game. Riggs with the carry right there, going 13 yards for the score, and a 12-6 lead for the Force, and an exact drive that you would expect for a team that's won 21 consecutive games.
All right, so you said his number was what?
Number 35.
Oh, brother, I thought you said he was number 8. And I'm like looking at this, and I'm like, why? He doesn't look like he's number 38. All right, here we go. We'll throw up his number right there. Go ahead. Say when you got home, did you finally go to bed?
Oh, I went home. I started watching. I can't even remember what it was.
There's a couple of shows I didn't want to taint this broadcast.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of shows that just dropped on all our streaming networks that are some good shows. And I will say that, first of all, do you have access to Paramount?
I do not.
Okay. We'll change that, and we need to work on that. You need to watch, for those people out there, you need to watch Tulsa with Sylvester Stallone. That's all I can say. It is 12-6 here. Third quarter action.
Is that number 5 in the game now? That is number 5, Steven Starks. That's who I thought was number 8 earlier. That's the numbers are
I know.
Interesting.
I know. I appreciate that, Adam. You give me that excuse. When was the last time you've been to a Hawks game?
1986.
Buddy, who'd they play?
Portland Trailblazers.
I went to a Hawks game with Jeremy Howe. Okay, I'll throw that name out there, against the Washington Bullets.
Can't say that.
I know. Not now. These days, it's be like, who are they talking about? That was the last time the second Hawks game, I've been to 2 other Hawks games prior on that part. The Hawks are about to play the Clippers. That's why I asked that question.
The last Hawks game I went to was the Hawks.
Buddy, when I went to the
Portland Trailblazers, and Jerome Kersey banked in a 3 at the buzzer and beat the Hawks. And I was like,
but I went to the Hawks versus the Knicks in a playoff game 2 years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, maybe 3. I think it was 2. And with Spike Lee in the stands at the bottom, it was pretty interesting. It was a good experience. The Hawks did win, so that was always nice on that part. I do look forward to, as time goes on, we bring up more baseball conversation.
Yes.
You're about to start up baseball here with Pike County.
Yep.
Trying to defend their state championship from last year.
It's going to be a interesting ride.
That's the best part about it.
So here's the 2-point conversion. Unblocked. They flip it out. Just nicely done.
I tell you one thing. Somebody got something in the pocket, and nobody told them about it. Look at that replay.
They bring everybody off the edge right here.
Even my lower thirds freaked out at that point.
Here's the thing. You run a slant flare combination right there. The blitz that's free off the single receiver side is responsible for the back out of the backfield. You can't just blitz everybody and have no one responsible for it. And if you do, that's what happens. I can go ahead and tell you this much. If I'm calling that play and they're running that blitz,
right,
and they don't do it, I'm keep running it until they show me they can cover.
They got to stop it.
Oh, you can bring everybody you want to. If you don't account for all the eligible receivers.
It's harder to say than done, right?
It is true.
It is. We have wired cameras up there, courtesy of Robert Reed. Robert has engulfed his concept of.
Now he handles this
brother.
drone.
He does, like to the point that he's costing me more money than need be.
Really?
Oh, brother, he is doing such a great job with the drone. I gave him a task, and he has conquered it enough to say, hey, let's get going for any semi-pro or WNFC teams, we are ready to rock.
There you go.
On that part. GHSA, no.
No, they will not let
no.
you do that.
But unless you live in Alabama or Tennessee.
Really?
Ohio as well. Ohio. I've seen drone footage as highlights in Ohio.
So I wonder why the Georgia high school won't.
Buddy, you don't want to have that.
No, I really don't.
Okay, you don't have that conversation with me. We don't need drones. The famous line from Jennifer Colbert was, "The drone has fallen out of the sky."
There it is.
And I was like, hey, there's no snacks on the boat as well.
That's right.
Let me know how it works out.
Johnson on the approach. That ball is kicked. It'll be taken at about the 7-yard line. Got a huge hole. Stays on his feet.
He did. He did stay on his feet.
Going to cut it back right here. Oh, right into his own player. There is a flag down.
Look. Did he stay on his feet?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He just did he pressed the B button on his PlayStation remote and was able to do reverse and get going.
Now, was that number 32?
No, I'm not.
No, it's definitely not number 32. It might be number. It's not number. I can't see. I couldn't tell what the number was. All I know is that was a heck of a job of staying up right there.
It was good to hit that roll.
Yes, absolutely.
I like that. That was good.
We trying to is Pop trying to talk the guy out of the flag?
No, he's just trying to say.
I know you threw it, but I really don't want to call it. We're slowing the game down.
We're trying to get out of here. It's
go
still
home.
the third quarter. I know we don't have any football here tomorrow.
They waved the flag off.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I told you. He was like, hey, man, there ain't no penalty. Let's go. Run the clock. 1st and 10 right here. Ball is at the 50-yard line for the Tigers, looking to answer after a really nice opening drive.
So if you were a head football coach of a semi-pro team, would you change your color of your helmets each year?
No. If I was, I would want people to know who I was.
I know. We got the
branding.
I mean, it really is. And, I mean, the Force changed their color, and also with the Tigers.
Morgan going to step around the pressure, going to throw out to the right. Ball is bumped up in the air.
Oh, intercepted.
And it is intercepted, taking it down the left sideline. 40, cuts it to the 30, 25, down inside the 20. And that is where the Force will take over. Pass was intercepted by number 33, Trey Hayes, off the deflection. And the Force will take over 1st and 10 in the score 58 red zone. And, I mean, just a nice job by the big man, you know, staying on his feet and then getting behind his blockers, taking it down to the 20-yard line, and a chance for a 2-scored lead right here. Now, I mean,
we're going to see the replay right now. I had to bring it back a couple of notches.
See, Morgan's going to do a good job right here, you know, because he's going to get pressure from the inside defensive tackle.
One day in the world, I'll be able to pause it and let you draw it, but we're working on that step.
It's a good job. The receiver sees it, comes back to him, and then just lets the ball get to his chest.
As a quarterback, when that receiver bops that ball right there, that has to be the most frustrating thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, those are things like batted passes and, you know, passes that, you know, hit receivers' hands. They're interceptions.
Right.
You know, they're not your fault for the most part. But you're not going to say anything about it because that dude's probably going to save you a time or two, so just keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, you don't say anything about that.
Comeback route, wide open.
Feet down.
Nice throw and catch right there.
Going to leave about a 3rd down or 2nd down and about 3.
2nd and 3, that pass was complete to number 17, Darren Clark. There you go. Got it right this half.
I'm not even mentioning it, brother. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Based on how bad I was pulling up names to begin with, I'm like, nah, you're not catching me on this one. We are still in the 3rd quarter of action, so we'll still run the APDFL and IFL information across the board. Please tune into that. Glad to bring you our next matchup is realistically February 11th. We have a doubleheader with the Hilton Head Sharks, and oh, wow.
Nice cut right there, and another touchdown. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the offense that couldn't score and had all the stats against him, has had a 64-yard drive or 66-yard drive to start the second half, and then went 20 yards in 2 plays.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the 2-point before I show this highlight, because I have that highlight in full effect here, and it caught us off guard. It did.
I was trying to find out.
You were looking at something
Riggs?
else.
Is that Riggs again?
It's 13.
No, it was 30.
10. 30.
I can't tell.
35.
I guess it's 35. It looks like it was 38, but there is no 38 on here.
No, it's 30. Goodness gracious. There's 58. Do we respect that number? I see 38. Do we not have a 38 on the roster?
I do not.
For the Force?
Do not.
All right, then we can't give any props here, but we will show the highlights.
So 33 is in the game right here as a Wildcat.
Trying to top.
Quarterback.
No. Okay.
There it is. Oh, wow. I mean, that's just right down.
Pickle barrel.
That was just.
It was.
You can't
No.
run right more down the middle than you can do that.
Listen to you.
And that is 2 more points. And right now, the Force is taking it to the Atlanta Tigers.
All right.
I mean, they are taking it to them.
Let's check it out. Touchdown.
All right, so you get the handoff right here, and they pull to seal the backside, and he gets a jump cut to the edge and then leaves that guy, and then nobody wants to really tackle him. Number 16 right there is looking for Laundry because he got left in the hole.
Yep.
I mean, just a nice move.
Well, we're looking at 22-6 here in the third quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here on the Score 58 Network. Make sure if you get a chance, check us out on social media. Here on Facebook, like us on Score 58 Network, follow us on Twitter. We're on all conduits, and most importantly, check us out on YouTube.
That was a 13-yard touchdown run after they had the 7-yard play to start the drive off, and it has been just for the Force offense, it has been literally a tale of 2 halves.
Well, it could be the best of times or the worst of times. And the most importantly is, I enjoy a good tale of 2 cities.
That is true.
I do.
Absolutely well played.
I appreciate that, man. It's one of the books that I did not read in high school. I cliff noted.
Johnson with the squib kick.
Oh,
again.
Wrap
man.
up.
And this
wrap up.
If you don't get a hand on him, it's gone.
Yeah, he got 7. He got 6, at least 6.
10-5 touchdown,
Oh.
and the Tigers needed that.
They did, and it changed the whole concept.
I love things like this.
I know you do, brother,
It
but
is
I'm like.
so much fun to watch it happen
just changes.
unfold.
It does. But you're like.
I need to know what this guy's number is.
Oh, brother, I'm gonna bring it back to you here. Okay. Here we go. Let's bring it back.
That's number 25. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Here's
Jermaine Banks.
All right.
Now,
I'll pay attention and make sure when they go for the 2.0. We got the flying saucer and the 25 and 30 concerted Robert Reed. So what happened here on the breakdown?
Right, so
what made this successful?
He kicked the ball, and it wasn't it didn't get any height on it, so he catches
you had a Bobby Ramsey kick. Is what you're telling me.
did. And then right here you get a chance for a tackle where he kind of cuts back into his own guy, stays on his feet.
And it all broke down right
But
there.
Everybody's jammed in the middle, and all you got to do is run by one person.
And he
ran by one person.
Guys.
Yes.
And that was it.
And Mr. Banks takes it to the house for 6. Oh, no. What do we have here?
No, Pop. You cannot call that call. Take the 6 off the board.
You got to be kidding me.
I know. But it's still, they called it on the 20, and I wish we'd have saw it. They're gonna lay it on the 25.
That's so
I know. Take it in. I'm just glad. If we had AC, we could
it would be.
It'd be like, hey, that's inappropriate. I'm sorry. It's old school. What we need to do is get a dog and beat it. And if we beat the dog, it'd be better. On that, I'm just messing with you, Adam. You're not watching us or listening to us, so I'm not worried about that. He said, I take a dog outside. I'm like, Adam, you can't say that.
Please.
It's an old saying. Now, Adam, you can't say that, brother. You can't say that.
Not today.
Not in 2023. Nobody can say an old saying.
So it'll be 1st and 10 right here. Ball is in the possession of the Tigers. It is timeout force. Their first timeout of the second half. And all I can tell you is that there would have been if that was a block in the back where they marked it off from, which would have been the 15-yard line, because it's a 10-yard penalty. Who in the world was blocking?
Right.
He split the
okay.
last two defenders at the 40.
All right, man, because we got it filmed. We'll watch this thing here. Let's pay attention to it right here. See what you get. Okay?
I mean, I don't.
I don't have any way to break it down and look at it, but we're going to watch the film itself. They're going to kick it off here.
All right, so he tops this kick, and then it bounces. All right, so that would have been.
But they did the block in the back late in the play.
Has to be.
Because it's only on the 20-25.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not looking for a block in the back right now. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, I'm calling BS on that. I'm just saying out loud, I'm fine. I'm an announcer. I can call that. I don't see it.
I don't know how. All right, so 1st and 10. Morgan steps up. Going to try to cut it back. He's going to gain 2. Tackle's going to be made right there by Hayes. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8. Now you're the Tigers. You thought you had a chance to be right back. You're in the end zone. You get the 2-point conversion. You're down a score. Now you got some work to do right here. So 2nd down and 8. Somebody's got to come off the field. There you go. Now you got a doubles look with it inverted receivers to the top of your screen. There's the snap. Morgan going to throw the end zone. Oh, what a catch. Oh. I mean, that was a great effort right there by number 11, Aquana Stillwell. I mean, he's going to go up right there, one-handed behind him, gets it in to his hands. Number 28, Quan Pollock, or if that's, it might be number 29, Larico Williams Sr., lowers the boom and knocks the ball loose, but there is a penalty flag on the play, and this is going to be, probably a defenseless receiver if it's not helmet to helmet. Good to see Stillwell up, having a conversation. He took a massive shot right there. They're going to mark the ball at the goal line. We got a personal foul. Yeah, he's going to call that as just a personal foul. Unnecessary roughness is what he's going to call, and it'll bring up 1st and goal inside the 1. Now, we've been here before in this game.
We have. It would definitely open up a little bit more interesting if it got to that point.
All right, so maybe we're not going to be here soon. Oh, yeah, okay, so it's half the distance to the goal, so they're not going to put it inside the 1. So it'll be 1st and 10 because it was a personal foul from the line of scrimmage. They called targeting, and they ejected the player. That was a really good explanation right there from Pop Pop. Now, I don't know. That is number 29 that has been disqualified from action. So the ball was at the 25. So it was moved up to the 23. So it should be at about the 12. So it should be first and 10 from the 12. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good job right there by the officiating crew.
Yeah, not too bad. And you always focus on the the breakdown of the math, and like they didn't mark it off enough.
And I appreciate the fact that they did that and they called it and they got it right. Now don't change it. Just let's line up and play. I appreciate the fact that they made a call and they stuck with it. Right now, if you want to know why the Atlanta Tigers are where they're at in this game, Bo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here you go. First possession, interception. Second possession, turnover on downs.
I'm waiting for third quarter stats.
Fumble defensive TD on the third possession. Interception, turnover on downs, interception.
Yeah, I mean, and you're able to see that because Teddy Robinson works our stats on the back end.
Teddy's doing a heck of a job.
Teddy focuses on drive summaries. If I had somebody else sitting next to you, they'd do the drive summaries, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that tonight. That we could do that because, I mean, it is a prime example, and for you to be able to announce that out.
I mean, that just shows you it hasn't been like they've been stonewalled on offense.
No, they've made movements.
So first and 10 at the 12. Morgan going to take with the play action, going to try to throw corner.
Other way we go.
Got a chance.
Yeah, and as long as you get behind certain things.
Ran out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's number 8, I believe. That's Mac Ragland again.
Switch on over downs.
No, I don't know if that was number 8 or not. It might be number 1.
We'll look at that right here.
All right, so I know what they're trying to do right here. They think they've got them with this formation.
I love it when you're like, I know what they're doing.
They're going to try.
Everything's going fine. Tell me what they think they know what they're doing.
They're going to run a play fake right here, and they're going to try to run the tight end to the corner and the number 4 into the flat, thinking that the cornerback will jump thinking that the cornerback's going to jump the running back off the play fake, and that the tight end will come in behind him for a touchdown. But it doesn't happen because the play fake's not really all that good.
No, he didn't. He did not sell it in many ways on that part.
So you've got what you want from the Atlanta Tigers' perspective. You got the single high look that you're going to get. They run over a guy, and they don't really get him over there, and then the ball is just woefully underthrown. So first and 10.
Oh,
got a little jet sweep action.
Yeah. How do you like the lob?
I am a big fan of it.
Really?
Yes.
And is that because they're able to see it?
It has to.
As a quarterback and a OC, are they able to see it?
Yes. You teach. Here's the thing. You want them running full speed.
Right.
And when it was a handoff,
it all had to be.
If it got fumbled on a handoff, it was a fumble.
Right.
If it drops on the ground as that pitch forward, it's an incomplete pass, and I line up and run second down.
Okay. So even that would have been incomplete?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. They'd have called that thing a fumble.
But that's the reason why we do it. We catch the ball.
I know, but
bam, bam.
I disagree with that on that part just because I feel like that they would call it differently.
So and it gives me some cheap completions.
It does.
So first and 20 right here after the penalty. Going to throw the ball out to the left-hand side right here, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for number 2, Justin Morgan. Second and 20, ball is at the 30-yard line. We have a player down on the field. 13. Hoping he's all right. Going to look at some of these drive summaries. We gave you the Tigers drive summary. Their second half drives, you know, they started at their own 38, which means they got 62 yards on 8 plays. In their last drive, they started at their own 20. They went 20 yards in 2 plays. And, you know, completely and totally destroyed this, you know, the stat narrative that we had at halftime. So, I'll give you some defensive stats here in just a second. Right now, the Force have 2 interceptions, only 2 defensive penalties, and they will have 1 fumble return. I mean, it's been an unbelievable run right here. If you just look at Atlanta Tigers, interception, turnover on downs, fumble, interception, turnover on downs, interception, interception. 2nd and 20 now that we're back to action right here. There's the snap. I'm going to take a straight drop. I'm going to throw the out right here. The pass is going to be juggled and dropped. Pass was behind the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 20. Calhoun trying to get the ball out quick into the flat. Left it behind Ragland, it looked like. So 3rd and 20. Be interested down right here, see what they do. 22-6 lead. Calhoun takes a snap. They're going to throw the tunnel screen. They've got a lot of blockers out in front. Going to make a move. Going to get it down to the 49-yard line. We're able to bring up 4th down and 1. What an outstanding call right there. That was a great call. 4th and 1 right here. No, wait a minute. They're going to give him the first down. I thought he was a yard short. They're moving the chains. 1st and 10 for the Force, up 16. Yeah, I have the same feeling that some of the Tigers defenders have, is that was not a first down, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. So we move to the 4th here at Anderson Park. Your score, the Force 22. The Atlanta Tigers 6.
And we don't call you the best name on our radio for no reason at all there, Craig Chapman. Sorry, man. I was doing the old family involvement. Do you like carrot cake, by the way?
I can't eat carrot cake.
Because it's too sweet?
It has too much sugar in it.
They were like, bring that down to Craig. I'm like, he can't eat carrot cake. Goodness gracious. We'll get the 3rd quarter stats here in just a second here. What did I miss? Tell me, give me a recap of the
when you
first
left,
half. Go ahead, sir.
The first half was
just first half. We're 3 quarters deep. We got 4.
Right.
We're heading into the 4th quarter. Go ahead.
The Tigers dominated the entire game in the first half. Offensively, they threw for 136 yards.
They're down 22-6.
Correct.
How can you say they dominated?
Well, they were minus 8 yards rushing, and that kept them out of the end zone.
Were.
They also threw an interception in the end zone, not once but twice.
Okay.
They turned it over on downs inside the 20 twice, and they fumbled, which was returned for a touchdown. They also recovered a fumble in the end zone. Chris Couch did, for the tying score, and we went to halftime 6-6, where the Force, you know, they barely had any offense at all. And in the second half, they have 103. You know, they just picked up a 3rd and 20 on a quick screen.
All right,
and as you can see it
we'll
right
go
there.
back to this third quarter stats here in just a minute.
And there it is.
All right.
So
Give me an opportunity to talk a little bit about this third quarter stats here.
all right.
Coming out of the first halftime things. Right now, tell me why the Force is up 22-6.
That's
Bottom
because
line. Is it turnovers?
The Tigers can't hold on to the football.
Okay, so it's bottom line is turnovers, and I missed a play because they're running they're running a little bit too fast here. So we're in third down right now.
3rd and 1 right here.
Yep.
But see, this is what, like earlier in the game, the Force came out, they lined up, they ran exactly what they just ran. The running back cut it back, got hit with a great hit on the elbow, and fumbled. And then they ran it to start the second drive, and then they started throwing the ball, and forgot to run it. And now
Right.
since they've gotten a little bit more into the game, they're running the football right now. Nice throw right there on 3rd and short. Gain of about 7. It's going to bring up a 1st down. I mean, just a nice job right there.
So overall, through 3 quarters, what do you like?
I like how the
I mean,
Force.
it's total yards.
Yeah, I mean, I like how the Force came out after halftime. They went, they came out after halftime and went 66 yards, overcame a long down and distance. First play, they put pressure on Morgan. He hits the receiver right in the hands, and it ends up getting deflected to Hayes, who returns it down to the 20. 2 plays later, it's a 22-6 game, and then they've turned over the Tigers the last 3 times they've touched the football.
Right. Understood.
Calhoun in the gun. There's the snap, short drop, flips it up down the right sideline, and, well, he went right down the right hash. Would have been better served going down the right sideline. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The good thing about that was that he put that where, up into the outside. Only his guy would have had a chance, but it was 10 yards in front of his guy. So, I'm sitting here behind the desk watching this on a monitor. I understand that, he doesn't have the same viewpoint I do. And I'm not getting rushed by anybody either. So 2nd and 20 right here. Ball is at the 34-yard line of the Atlanta Tigers. Tigers desperately need to stop if they want to stay in this football game as we play early in the 4th quarter. But this has been the story of the second half. The Force just being dominant. There comes the got a chance right there for the Tigers to make a huge play, and it would have been a touchdown if Calhoun would have got the ball down. That was a screen called at the perfect time. The Tigers brought the full blitz. There was nobody in the middle of the field. They had the outside sealed. Now, if I'm the Tigers and I'm thinking about blitzing right here, I got to remember that the last time I did that on the goal line, they flipped a flare route with nobody around. Now, I got to think that they're thinking that again. If you see trips to one side and a single receiver on the other side, I'd be real cognizant of what the running back is doing. But running back right now is Trey Hayes. Trips into the boundary. Here comes the blitz again. Slant flare on this Hayes in motion. They're going to throw it to Hayes. It's off of his hands and incomplete. It'll be 4th and 10. I apologize. I thought I hit the button. I did not. As you can see right there, the Force's head coach, it's Warren Ford, the OC, Christopher Calhoun, the DC, Lafayette Ragland. There's your offsides. Going to be 4th and 5. So 4th and 5. They've done this in the game a couple of times where they've gotten him to jump off sides. Ironically, one time they got him to jump off sides on 4th and 8, and then turned right around and got him to jump off sides again on 4th and 3. As you can see right there, our own site crew, Joey Russo, the producer, Robert Reed, aerial designer, and Bobby Bryant, the press box filmer. I'm not calling him that.
You got to call him the junkie, man. He's the junkie. He's the press box junkie, man. I come up with a new name every day.
I'm glad because he works for you.
Yeah.
He doesn't know me from Adam's house cat.
He knows you, Adam. It's no problem. We'll refer him to it. Hey, have you ever met yourself with Adam? He carries around a jar full of pickles and pickle juice. It's okay.
Wow, now that pass was broken up. Again, it'll be a turnover on downs. Oh, we have a flag on the play. Let's see what this call is. Crucial call right here. Illegal man downfield. It will be declined. The Atlanta Tigers will take over the ball. 16 points down here in the 4th quarter. It'll be 1st and 10.
So what do you get out of this from a preseason perspective if you're 22 to 6 down? Go ahead.
I have all the video evidence that I need.
Right, to make changes.
To show them, look, what we do works. Look at everybody that's running around. Now, we can't throw this pass.
So when I pull off the air, at game time.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I'm just saying that.
I know you when you said that. I was like,
if I'm sitting down watching it.
I'm deleting everything right now. I'm just saying.
But it's it's one of those things. You know that this. I can go back and show them the stats. This is what we did.
Right.
This is why we didn't score. We can have an argument about it if you want.
Either team have players that step out in your brain. And they're like, hey, this is a good player.
I think
somebody to watch here in the 2023 season.
Well, I mean, right now Morgan's, he's throwing for a lot of yards. Look at this. That's number 17 down the left sideline. He's going to be hit inside the 30. Pass was completed to Shaquem Knighton. That is 17, correct?
I would agree.
Right.
Number
the
17.
guys that have stuck out.
We got a flag on the play, down back on the line of scrimmage. Big number, yellow helmet.
That's number 77.
He's moving forward, so he's like, that's going to be on the defensive.
Yeah, it's on number 33. It probably got Hayes for roughing the passer right here, which will be a half the distance penalty. Whatever explanation he didn't like the first time, and then when he said something else to him, he was like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. You saying I'd move my shoulders?
Saying I ran the quarterback through the ground?
I'll tell you.
Okay, yeah. I did that.
I still have flashbacks of saying that Grady Jarrett did what he did.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't have changed the season, but it would have been interesting into the season.
I would have liked to have been with you when you were talking to who you talked to at the. Just because I have feelings about that.
I do, and he had feelings about it, and I was like, buddy, let it go. I don't ever get up into the moment I start arguing about past games, I lose the argument.
That's right. So all right, so it'll be interesting to see right here. The Tigers are inside the force 30 again. They've been here consistently tonight. It's 1st and 10.
And if they're going to score here, we're talking.
Now, if there was a penalty, they should have marked the penalty off from the end of the run.
They're trying to figure that out right now.
I think they're going to take this thing down to.
The good thing is the lights don't go out in Georgia here at Anderson Park until 9 o'clock. We still have another 40 minutes. They're moving it down.
So it should be about the. It's at the 32, so the 17.
All the way down to about the 15, maybe 15, 16.
16, it was at the 31, so it's a 15-yard penalty. They were 1 yard outside of the half the distance barrier. So they got everything. So they are in the score 58 red zone.
And that's why we pay Mr. Chapman the big bucks.
I'm going to tell you.
Score 58 red zone.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes, sir.
This has been a place that has been unkind to them today.
No, they have not been successful, hands down.
So 1st down and 10. Ball is at the 16-yard line. the clock is running down. If they don't get the snap, it's going to be 1st and 15 because he's about to get the delay of game. There's the snap. Morgan in trouble. He's down. And he will lose 6 yards to the 22, and it'll be 2nd and 16. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but the Tigers' inability to score when inside the 20 is going to be, if they lose this game, that will be the main reason. Interception, turnover on downs. So 2nd down and 16. Ball is at the 22 of the Force. Morgan in the gun, empty backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan takes the low snap, scrambles to his left, throws, and it's knocked away.
Drop down across the board here.
So it'll be 3rd down and 16. I think if you're looking at it from both teams' perspectives, if you're the Force, you're really pleased with how you've handled the early adversity and how your defense has been able to play when it's backed up.
I agree.
But the other side of that is that you can't, rely on 5 turnovers every game.
No. And to me, that's felt like that's been the case. You got some lucky money there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Buddy, for you to just show up and eat some
it's outstanding.
I'm telling you, man.
Morgan takes the low snap again, fires to the right corner of the end zone, and that pass is incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down and 16. And this is the story of the night for the Tigers offense. A big play. A big play, get yourself into position to score, and then not being able to finish the drive.
Right.
And it is a frustrating thing.
Oh, I can only imagine from an OC perspective of saying, hey, can we just get in the end zone?
Yes, it is.
As a former offensive lineman, the moment we had trouble, and once we got inside the end zone, I was like, we won the game. Even though we lost 35-6, I was like so excited that we got inside and scored a touchdown. That was just, it was so hard to get past that perspective.
Morgan tries to throw the flare route against the full blitz right there on 4th down, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And the Force will take over again. So the Atlanta Tigers enter the red zone. They get sacked on 1st down, lose 6, 3 straight incompletions. The Force take over, still up 22-6.
We do appreciate it. Oh, what just joined in?
Basketball. We have basketball is.
We do. I'm trying to figure out where that came from here. Hold on. Give me a second. Something joined in. No. That's irony. That came from my cell phone, brother.
From your cell phone?
That came from my cell phone. I was looking at all my conduits, and I was clicking on something, and it joined in. I'm like, why is that? I started clicking things out. My bad. Sorry.
Sounds like a good basketball game last night between Lovejoy and Jonesboro, the 68-60 score.
It was. Overall-wise, I felt like we're in for one heck of a region tournament. Where's your region tournament being held?
The region tournament is being held at Upson Lee.
Okay, I can handle
first the play-in games for both sites will be at the number 4 seed for
whatever that plays out
for the women's side.
Okay, cool. So we look forward to having that, and I'm looking forward to and rooting on the Pike County Pirates to take that to the next level. Illegal substitution from Pop. Why is he bringing people in when he should not be doing that?
That's right. I mean, he can't do that.
It's the Year of the Rabbit here on the Chinese New Year's. We celebrate that in our house tonight, and I was in the middle of calling a game, being my improper husband/father role. But everybody handled it real well.
Whoo! Hello. Who is that?
Good hit.
Is that 0? Jeremiah Marbury just came in.
2 zeros or 1 0?
1. Jeremiah Marbury just came in and lit up the spot. All right, we've got a new quarterback, it looks like. 2nd down and about 7. Nice cut in the backfield. Stays on his feet, gets in behind his blockers. It's going to make it 3rd down and 3.
Do we have a player of the game for yourself right now? Something that's really brought into your mind.
I would say that it would be
22
between,
to 6.
you know, Mac Ragland has had a heck of a game from a defensive perspective. That's who that's who I would look at right there. And that's going to be a nice run for what looks like a 1st down.
Side note, we do have Netflix capabilities, correct?
We do.
Have you watched the 90 show yet?
I have not. I did see that show up on my.
You need did you watch 70 show?
I did.
Okay.
Hilarious.
So you need to watch at least the first 2 episodes to figure out if you want to watch any more.
I got you.
Okay.
I saw it the other day. I was like, are they serious about this?
They are. They bring back. I mean, it's very enjoyable. Very nostalgic for if you watch the 70 show. If you didn't watch the 70 show, I don't know how much you would enjoy it across the board.
So right now this has turned into we've got some backups in the game for the force right here. Gain of 2 right there on that run. The Tigers have decided that they are going to bring everybody in.
Why wouldn't you?
2-minute warning right here.
Definitely getting close to that.
And you know, I'm a big proponent of letting everybody play.
I mean,
it looks like Zach Queen is now in at quarterback for the force. Looks like that's number 15 beside him. Either that or Tony Rudolph is beside him. There's the handoff. Gain of 2 more. Bring up 3rd and 6.
So talk to me a little bit about your overall perception of both teams. If you were saying going forward, okay, and we're going to focus on the force right now because they're keys to the future of the force. What would you say?
I think that they're going to have to shore up their pass defense.
Yeah.
They give up 200 yards somewhere around there today. I think their defensive front is excellent.
Okay. So they got a defense that's going to.
I think they played very vanilla on defense today. I didn't see a whole lot of pressure coming out of them.
No, they weren't rushing anything.
And so it's hard to say that from them. On offense, take care of the football and keep running it.
Okay. After this play, we'll a little bit focus on the Tigers and their 2023 future. We'll call you Madam Ballhead.
That's me.
Yeah. We got to get a better name than that. I don't want to call you Ballhead. Madam 9. Yeah, you're the 9 ball. Not
ball.
the 8 ball, but the 9 ball.
It was already yellow, so
it's the 9 ball. Yeah, we'll call you Mr. 9 ball.
There we go.
Mr. 9 ball, what's your theory? I like that. I just came up with it. I'm going to write that down. I like that. I'm able to spawn things. Oh. Okay, it don't hold much reverence right now.
I will say this much. Whatever that was, never do it again.
No, but they're not focused on that part. No, by no means.
And that should be an incomplete pass.
All right. So, Mr. 9 ball, go ahead and give us the
all right.
keys to the future for 2023.
You're looking at this. You've got playmakers all over the place. I would think that you would spend some time working, on the connection between Gatlin and Morgan. Gatlin had 100 yards receiving in 2 plays, it seemed like, today, and I don't think we've heard from him since.
Right.
But defense has played great for a half. You can't turn the ball over 6 times.
No, you can't. But being a preseason game, do you handle it? Do you look at it a little bit different from a regular season game?
I think
even when you're calling it from quarter to quarter.
Yeah, you're probably not. You're running plays just to see what
You got to see what
you
sticks.
can do. And there's Morgan rolling to the right away from the pressure, throws intercepted again.
And I don't think he's going to go to the house.
Cuts back to the 30.
But it's going to be interesting.
35, 40, breaks a tackle, slips a tackle, across midfield out to the 48.
Yeah. Number 13 said, hey.
And that's 1st and 10 for the Force again. That is the –
Well, the Force are going to go back to Alabama with the victory, 22-6, hands down.
Their defense threw a shutout.
And they did.
And in their scrimmage opener, their preseason opener, you get an interception, an interception, an interception, an interception, an interception. You had 5 interceptions, a fumble return for a touchdown, and 3 turnover on downs. The Tigers never punted, but they also never scored in the red zone.
No.
And, I mean, that's one of those things when you look at it, you feel pretty okay about your offense except for the turnover issue. And, unfortunately, the turnover issue is a big issue.
In this situation, hands down, 22-6 would have made a 14-6 game, possibly a 12-6 game.
Oh, if they would have scored the first time they touched the ball.
Oh, it would have changed everything.
I agree.
We do appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Score 58 Network.
So are we taking a knee right here?
I feel like we are.
I know that he went and talked to both teams and told them to kind of calm it down.
Yeah, but it's 22-6.
So that will be – they
Ball
will drop
right
a knee.
Now. Yeah.
And that is going to, end it from beautiful Anderson Park. Your final score here, barring some unforeseen circumstance.
Nah, ain't no unforeseen circumstance.
Will be the Force 22, the Atlanta Tigers 6.
We do appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Score 58 Network. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman here. Our crew, Joey Russo, Bobby Bryant, and Robert Reed, live on site. Thank you so much for tuning in here for this 22-6 broadcast here. IFL versus the APDFL. That's the IAFL-X versus the APDFL. Take care in this crazy world. We'll be back February 11th with regular season action. This is a good old-fashioned preseason, getting things started. Take care and be safe. I'm Bo McMichael with Craig Chapman. Stay tuned here on the Score 58 Network. We'll see you soon.
One and all, let's go. It's time to get it started. It's time to stand to your feet. Competition sits at the door, hoping to serve you defeat. Coaches, get out your playbooks. Players, get pads and cleats. Fans, get out your merchandise. Make it loud as they need. Refs, get out your whistles. It's time to get it ready. Run up and down silence. Make sure the call is steady. Minutes before the action and the matchups announced. It's time to go to war, not giving it out. It's game time. And it's Saturday night. Where the only shots taken is on the field tonight. It's game time. And it's Saturday night, where the only shots taken is on the field tonight. Are you playing at home or trying to win on the road? Did your fans follow you or did you come out alone? You made it here with your team with all the fan support. Are you getting a W or an L you report? If you win or you lose, you gotta learn every day. When you get on the field and hear game noise on each play, it's the fight to the finish and the battle of titans, where all the competition keep the senses all heightened. It's game time. And it's Saturday night, where the only shots taken is on the field tonight. It's game time. And it's Saturday night, where the only shots taken is on the field tonight.